You can lie to everybody in the whole world and get away with it. You can lie to yourself and get away with it. But you're not going to lie to your owner and get away with it, okay? It's bull. So the first step is confessing it. Then you can be forgiven. You admit that you're a money lover. All of us are. And understand that the biggest, baddest money lovers at the very top, these are the ones that are pulling the strings. These are the grand puppeteers. These are the ones in control that create the policies that are shoved down our throats that we all have to live under. Okay? They're evil madmen. Okay, that's what they are. The money masters of misery. They're satanic minion hordes, witting or not. Okay? That's who we're up against here. And it's serious business. But, you know, going along with the teachings of Christ are the best gig in town, man. My yoke is easy. My load is light. All he wants is friends. What could be better than that? Okay? So he's not the one that's put this burden on your back, this tax on your very existence that we euphemistically call, oh, it's just a cost of living. And, oh, of course you understand inflation, right? Oh, yeah, sure. No, I don't. No, I don't. You're trying to sell me regression and calling it progress. It's bull. Okay? I know better. And I want everybody else to know better and carry your own weight and share it. And make other people come out of their slumber, come out of their mesmerized state, their zombie-like state, okay, that they've fallen into. Come out. Don't be a Laodicean. Don't get too comfortable with your life in this world, thinking just because you made a lot of money and you're financially successful, you're financially secure, you're financially free. Oh, no. You're going to have to experience a whole hell of a lot more pain if you don't decide to be a Philadelphian, zealous for God's will to be accomplished, established on earth, so where all humanity is free, knowing that's the only time you're ever really going to be free. So back to thoughts from this previous week. When Jesus built houses and his disciples caught fish, even the wicked were welcome partakers of the fruits of their labors. Right? They didn't say, oh no, because you're evil, you don't get to eat our fish. Oh no, because you're wicked, you don't get to live in the houses we build. No, everybody got it. You understand how this works? That's the way it works. So you don't have to compromise your integrity to work for wicked people. It's just making the point that, you see, it's just like the devil with a pitchfork. Is that you've got all these people willing to do whatever you ask, scrub your damn toilets, paint your houses, okay, sweep your floors, whatever you need, do your dishes, cook your meals, whatever it is you want, and you don't have to shove a pitchfork in their behind. Okay, yet you're gonna anyhow. Why? Because you're miserable. Okay, because you're not pulling your own weight. Okay, go out and do something productive. Go work for Habitat for Humanity. Do something. Volunteer at a soup kitchen. Okay, get real. Be God's friend and get real. Be somebody. And then maybe you won't be an elitist scumbag. Okay, because I'm not against the elite. I'm not against the rich at all. But I'm against elitism. I'm against that idea. I can't stand hypocrisy. I can't stand people that want to live by double standard. Okay? No, I don't like that at all. It's evil and ungodly, unholy, unrighteous, and untenable. There are wholly logical reasons not to revel, not to get too comfortable with this scene, with this world system as it is. The grand puppeteers controlling our so-called reality are evil, and it's a temporal reality at best. Live for eternity. You must be invested in real things. They say that real things, you can tell, are evidence because they last forever. The only things that are truly real will last forever. The soul of men. Of course, men is women too, mankind. I don't mind the elite. In fact, I love them like everyone else. But I utterly despise elitism. 'Tis far better to be an idiot than to be evil. Because if one is evil, they are by default also an idiot. But an idiot is merely very stupid. but not necessarily evil. How can you go wrong, you or I go wrong, if we treat our fellow and fellowess humans with the same respect in our thoughts and in our hearts and in our minds and out of our mouths and out of our actions and our actions or lack thereof? We can't go wrong. We need to treat people with respect the way we want to be treated. Okay, that's the golden rule, right? And of course, we all like to be respected, and so we should show the kind of respect that we like to be given. And you can't go wrong. It doesn't matter. Eating humble pie, humiliation, all these things. People slander and defame, lie, okay? It can't hurt you, okay? It can only make you stronger. If you're on the right side of this issue, and you know you are, okay, nobody can really hurt you. Like they say, no weapon formed against us can prosper. If you make sure, you're damn sure you're on the right side of this issue, the right side of history. An acute grand delusion is now feverishly attempting to solidify its gains through the theft of the souls of men. That's right. Literally, that's what evil gets, is they're stealing souls, theft of the souls of men. That's what it comes down to. That's how grand the delusion is that these are the gains that the evil people have made, and it has to do with stealing the spirits, the hearts, the minds, the souls of men. And they can't get away with it forever, but they can get away with it for a good long time. And they're pushing that envelope as far as they can, trading in the souls of men. Often I seriously wonder, where is the spirit of teachers, of leaders, like Martin Luther King Jr. and JFK in the hearts of the American people today? You know, it seems like it's been lost. I mean, Satan and his minions have been so triumphant over the last 50-something years, it just makes my head spin. Okay, we've got to get with it, folks. We've really, really got to wake up to how far this nation has fallen and what it's really going to take to pull us back together. Nothing short of the power of God working through human beings, through you and me, through all of us. We are very powerful, and we've got to acknowledge that fact and accept that responsibility, that obligation, that duty we have to one another to go out there and to fight the good fight, man. It doesn't matter how good you have it, you've got to do it for other people. You cannot divorce yourself from your fellow human being. You will not be accepted into a better world if you think you could do that. Because remember what Jesus said. He said, I am the least of these. Whatever you do or fail to do for the least of men, you do or fail to do for me. Okay? That he made very clear. If this crap hole excuse for reality we commonly refer to as a civilized society or a civilization is, quote, the true reality, then give me an unreality where human beings are allowed to live in a universal state of peace, joy, contentment, safety, security, and 100% absolute freedom. Yeah, I'll take unreality any day as long as it has those elements, those constituents, those facets, those components. Any day, but no. This is the unreality, okay? The one that's been shoved down our throats from birth by the money masters of misery, okay, and all their assorted minions. There's so many of them. I mean, there's so many people that are deluded. They still have a critical mass of people that are so well heeled. They say, I'm not going to rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, man. Keep this system together. Just put Band-Aids on here, tweak it here and there a little. Oh, no, we need an entire reset of economic reality in this nation and around the world. Nothing short of a total reset is going to help out. And that's going to be at the hand of God. But we need big changes, man. Can you imagine how different it's going to be If Trump fixes things, makes America great again, and you're able to buy a house on a minimum wage job without having to borrow money, by being able to save enough to pay for that house in full. Imagine that kind of America, when America was great. That's what the whole world could have, that state of no poverty, no desperate poverty, at least anywhere in the world. We don't need it. So why are we tolerating it? An acutely entitled attitude, in the worst sense of the term, comes automatically, much like a default, in an instinctual response to overt, obvious, in-your-face financial rape. That's what we have. We've just got financial rape up one side and down the other. That's what this is. Stealing the wealth of our nation for untold generations to come. If these people get away with it, they'll just increase it, increase it, increase it. Trump is putting a stop to that. Already the debt's being paid down. That's all, man. This is it, man. This is going to fix this country. Bind the wounds, okay, where we're hemorrhaging. The poorest of poor, those that are dying out in the cold. Those that are committing crimes just so they can survive and go to a jail cell. And remember that, what that costs the taxpayers. Just remember that. Next time you see a homeless person, don't you dare look down on them. You're looking down on Jesus. Okay? That's what you're doing. They're not criminals. Just think, if they were criminals, they'd be in jail, safely ensconced in a prison cell. And think how much it would be costing you. Get real. Get with it. It'd be incalculably cheaper to the taxpayers, to people that pay the cost of existence, the cost of living, the tax on our very existence. Okay? Just to end desperate extreme poverty. And I don't care how they do it. A minimum guaranteed income, there's more than one way to skin a cat. We still need checks and balances and accountability. We, the people, should decide that, about the issuance of currency and where it gets spent. Not these idiot politicians that just go against the will of the people. They're not representing the republic. They're not representing democracy. They're not representing we, the people. They're representing their own selfish self-interest. They're lobbyists and crap. They're special interest groups that are colluding together to manipulate markets and fix prices. It's sick. We got to get it through our heads, folks. Please get it through your head. You can bet I got it through my head. When you're tuned into the undue, wantonly induce unnecessary sufferings of others, laughter is certainly not your reaction. Like King Solomon said, 'tis better to go into a house of mourning to a house of laughter, for death is the destiny of every man. When we consider the option to be idealistic, which is by default a willingness to not to compromise our beliefs, our standards, let me start this again. When we consider the option of being idealistic, which is by default a willingness to compromise our beliefs, our standards of a perfect existence, simply meaning to be absolutely free, then being an idealist is indeed a better option. So, you understand, if you don't believe in working toward an ideal society, then you're by default an equivocator. You're a compromiser. You're saying, no, let's accept his idea, and that takes equality far enough, and that's ideal enough for me, and we'll go by what he says. No. You're going to be held accountable for your own belief systems. One-on-one with your owner, you will answer for your belief systems someday. So make sure there's not a lot of psychobabble rattling around in your head that's kept you being an elitist, not believing in equality, okay? Because you'll have no standing. You got nothing. You got no hand, man. You got no hand. You're nobody to tell anybody where to draw the line anymore. You're nobody to call anybody else a hypocrite, okay? You understand? Once you believe in inequality, the sky's the limit. You've opened Pandora's box. You opened a big fat can of worms that you're not going to be able to close, okay? So I strongly implore everybody to be real, to believe in equality across the board. Remember, that does have nothing to do with not needing teachers and leaders and a hierarchy of some form. But it's got to be a natural, organic, pure type of hierarchy. Okay? That's it. When we... I've already read that one.